You're going to be a part of this podcast. Hey, guys, welcome to the podcast. This is our Madden 18 Season 2. Not really mid-season. We're about a quarter of the way into the season. We get to see how some of our draft picks work. Before we go anywhere, I just want to welcome two new people to the podcast. Particular, he's getting to be a vet at this point. He's been with the league quite a while. Hawaiian Buddha. Welcome, man. You got anything to say to the league for your first time?
Nothing much. I'm just glad to be here. This is awesome league, the way everything is run. I just love it here.
All right. Joining us all the way from Hawaii. By the way, I just want everybody to know, I thought his name for the longest time, and I probably said it on some podcasts, was Hain Buddha. It is Hawaiian. He has corrected me on that today. So that is the second name that I have been grossly destroying, along with H2O, who I think I called him like Aki Tua, some weird name. That's the second name I've been destroying. We also have a new member of ASL, one of our developmental leagues. The Saints. I'm sorry, I don't even know your name, man. I'm sorry. ASL goes through a lot of people. Go ahead and say something about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Ethan. I've been playing Madden for I started in 06. So, I've been in plenty of leagues. Definitely not many as well run as this one, or as or seen commissioners that have put as much time into it as you all have. But yeah, man, I'm just here to have fun and take the division from JR. That's it.
All right, I've got to ask. That's an ASL. JR's killing it in NSL. We'll get to that in a second, though. I've got to ask. I saw you post this in the ASL chat. It brought a lot of vets. They got a lot of our guys got a lot of tweaks in them. 22 sacks in one game. You come into a sim league who we claim to be one of the simmest. I think we are. And you claim that you got 22 sacks in a game. Explain yourself, man. How can you verify 22 sacks as sim? What happened?
Well, I will not say that it is sim. I will say that it was an anomaly and it's never happened to me before. Definitely not to that multitude. So I was playing the commissioner in this league. Since then, I have left. There was a big debacle in there.
Did he boot you because you had 22 sacks in a game?
What's up?
Did he boot you because you had 22 sacks in a game against them?
No. Basically, I had it set to the pass rush aggression, set to aggressive. The entire game, essentially, he wasn't calling hard count. This guy, him and I have personal beef, so I went ahead and just kept sacking him. And that's pretty much all that I can say about that.
Let me address that while we're going. A lot of people have been setting their pass rush to aggressive. Guys, hard count. Please remember everybody to hard count. It really slows down the defense, and it'll get you at least 2 or 3 penalties a game.
Yeah, about the third one, I turn it off, usually.
Yeah, it'll definitely, and I think it also neutralizes the pass rush aggressive because I rarely do it. I rarely get sacked as much. If you just call it hike, you're going to get psyched immediately. So that's just general football knowledge. If they're coming at you with that pass rush aggressive, you feel like you're getting a little bit too much pressure, just go ahead and hard count them a few times with RB. Just not defending 22 sacks in a game, just for people in NSL and ASL.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not really going to defend it because, no, it wasn't sim. I'm just going to say that it was a personal beef. You know, I went ahead and kept sacking him. I honestly didn't feel like I had 22 until I looked at the stats at the end of the game. It was a 41-14 final, if I remember correctly. And I spent basically the whole second half just rushing the ball and punting because I had a couple pick sixes early on and a couple passing touchdowns. And, you know, I pretty much just gave up after that, put in my backups, and was running the ball and punting. So, yeah, that, you know, is what it is. I can guarantee you won't see that.
All right.
He just said I'm going to get him. He said I don't care. I don't like this dude. I'm going to bust him. I know I'm going to leave. Fuck it. I'm done.
We're pretty. We attend to those things in NSL and ASL, so we definitely watch those things. Speaking of people circumventing the rules, let's go to another ASL member who has some questionable statistics right now. Burke, what's up with these yards per catch for all your receivers being over 21, man? I don't know if it's this week, but last week they all were.
We make big plays in Green Bay. I have no idea, man. Everything's huge. I don't know.
We're about to suspend half your team, man, and we don't even know what to do.
I don't.
You got to get it down by week 8.
I plan on it. I had the sim against Extreme that was disconnected, unfortunately. I throw the ball downfield.
Apparently you do.
You know, my streams are out there. I ain't hiding nothing. It's the same game plan every time. I don't know. They break. Cobb goes, man. They catch it and they go. Am I supposed to lay down?
I mean, what kind of receivers you got?
Man, I got
the typical Packers.
Jordan,
yeah, they're pretty good.
Devontae.
Hey, welcome Hurley, Steelers. What's up, buddy?
It's
okay then.
Yeah.
Podcast is getting big, everybody. Let's welcome the Steelers, who is good because now we have 2 undefeated from NSL in here. All right. Enough of the dogging on the ASL members. I just got to, it's a little NSL.
I figured it was coming.
I want to go to an ASL or not ASL. I want to go to a rule change we're going to put in effect next year. Me and Rabbit have talked about it. I haven't really talked about it to a lot of other people. It's going to be probably not taken well by everyone, but it is going to be what it is. The current rule for trades is you get 3 per year per team. So you can do whoever you want as long as you do under 3. We're going to change that this year, next coming season. 3 people per team and as many trades as you want as long as there's only 3 people involved from your team. So theoretically, you could do 6 trades if you did, or even more if you do picks for picks. But a player for a pick, a player for a pick, a player for a pick, a pick for a player, pick for a player, pick for a player. You could theoretically do 6 trades per team, but you can only involve 3 players off your team. This is to combat some of the 7 and 8 players per team getting moved to season. And NSL, we don't, not really what we're trying to go for here. We want team building, but we don't want team building stick away, if that makes sense. You can do it through free agency, through the draft. Very few teams do it through trading their entire team away. Can't even think of an instance that has ever happened. But so let's go ahead and start with. I'm going to start with the NSL members, some of the little more veterans and their thoughts on it. JR, what are your thoughts on that?
I actually like it because, like you said, you don't really see NFL. No teams train half their roster away to rebuild. You might trade like one, maybe 2 people, but not at one.
Unless Chip Kelly's your head coach.
Yeah. But even he only traded 3 away that season, I think.
3 of the best.
But Hawaiian Buddha, you're another vet. You've never really put input on rules. You just kind of go with the flow. I don't think you've ever complained about a rule change. But what are your thoughts on it?
Actually, it's a good change. It's a good change. It keeps people from trying to monopolize the draft at the same time, especially with the new, just all this chart that's coming out, and it keeps everything simple.
Yeah. Another reason why is that I feel like even without the chart we give the chart to be more of a fair thing, and it definitely got a little bit more hits in the first round. But even without that chart, people were still hitting guaranteed on all their first round picks, and when the NFL, there's no guarantee you're hitting on a first round pick. In Madden, you're 100% guaranteed. They need to I don't want to harp on that again because I've been through that multiple times. They need to revamp the entire draft process, but
the entire CFM.
Yeah. I don't like the XP system myself. I think it caters to cheese. I think it needs to be in a block, like you buy a block of this stuff or a block of this stuff. But that's more. I'll go to that later. Josh, I see you got off mute there. You got something to say? You're our next NSL vet. Josh is back quiet again. Okay. Burke, let's go ahead and go to you.
Well, I like it. I just did a trade, so right before the new rule.
Well, this isn't coming into effect until next
year, right?
Season.
No. Yeah, it's definitely keeps everything smaller. I would only have 1 player left to be able to trade. So it would, if you do a big trade, you get 1. So it definitely minimizes, a tool you can use use to make your team better. So it forces you to draft instead of just, if you start with the Browns, you can dump everything, load your team, and then you have a God squad.
Yeah. All right, Ethan, let's go ahead and go to you, new guy. Thoughts on it?
Well, I guess I'll first take the time here to commend y'all on the hot route rule, because that's kind of innovative. I've never seen it even mentioned, in any of the leagues I've been in, and I think that's one thing that's really going to help with kind of the cheesy changing the plays around. No matter what you call, you can get 3 crossers in a play. Anyway, on to the other rule. The trading rule, I think, is definitely a good one, because it prevents guys from building teams they're a little bit too OP, a little bit too stacked, and preventing other teams from kind of being lower on the end of talent from trading all their guys away and then not hitting in the draft. Because if you trade your talents away, you can get as many picks as you want. If you don't nail those picks, you're screwed. So.
The problem is in Madden, it's really easy to hit on your picks.
Yeah. But just I don't know. Yeah, I'll say that it's definitely a good rule.
Another thing they could do for the draft, why don't you just make some of their stats complete lies? Don't even have the B+ run block and B+ pack block and all their stats, and then when you draft them, they're a straight bunch. That'd be cool. And then have a couple that are lie, like on the lower end, that say this, and then have them steals, because that's the only way you're going to accurate.
For example, you could look at I don't know, any player coming out of the draft that didn't have a good pro day or a good combine performance, and they came out and balled out. You look at Jerry Rice. Like I said, Jerry Rice was going to be a scrub coming out of college. He's the #1 receiver in the history of the NFL. So
Burns, Anquan Bolden, super slow.
You could even do that by, say, the players, the competition they played in college might not be as well, so they might have had a higher or lower rating compared to that.
Yeah, small school guys are just balling out against bad competition.
Yeah.
Oh, Josh, you here yet?
Like Antonio Brown.
Do a speaker test. Okay.
Antonio Brown, Donald Driver.
Yeah, Antonio Brown is
those are,
perfect.
Donald Driver was a 7th-round pick.
Perfect.
2 before the last pick. Man, he balled out.
We're not getting that in Madden, even without the draft sheet. So.
But even with that draft sheet, we didn't draft a quick developing free safety.
No.
Even free agents. So with the draft sheet, and I've seen people in other leagues that use that draft sheet, obviously, just pick them off the whole time. And it's like, you're drafting a superstar in the 7th round, and I'm drafting a guy that's 48 overall. What's going on?
That's why we gave it to everybody, because a lot of people in our league didn't know about it. A lot of people in our league do not have the time. And I will say, after doing it, holy hell, that is time consuming. And that was we had a lot of people. And I wasn't quite sure how time consuming it was going to be until he did it. And then I'm like, oh my God, people do this every group in our league last year. 3 guys did this every season. I'm like, what do you guys do? Masturbate, do something more important. But we need to give it to everybody. Josh, I do not know what's going on with your shit right now. It's pretty impressive, though. I'm going like inverted and stuff, so I don't know what's going on over there. All right, guys.
A little bit off the topic of Madden, if I may. EA in general has put out word about their backlash from the Battlefront fiasco. And it goes to show that if we, as a Madden community, in a whole, kind of voice our opinions on the CFM stuff, maybe something will get done. If people stop, maybe take a year off of the game, or maybe, something, we'll get a little bit more of what we want in our games. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you noticed this, but Battlefront actually took away the entire pay-to-play model today.
Yeah.
Took it all out of the game right now, as of right now. Now, they haven't fixed it yet because you still can't get your characters, but I actually commend the video game community on finally a little harder with Madden.
If we stop supporting these companies that are shitting on us, we're going to get what we want. But.
Yeah, EA is definitely the worst. Every game they seem to put out is just riddled with microtransactions to the point where EA Access almost feels like it's such a good deal so they can get you these games that you can microtransaction the shit out of you. It doesn't seem like – I feel like we're not paying for $60 games from EA.
No, you're not.
JR, you know this. I played Battlefront 2, the beta. I loved it. I hated Battlefront 1. I thought it was a terrible game. I thought it was stupid. But you can ask JR. I played the shit out of the Battlefront 2 beta, and I was going to pick it up. As long as they take the pay-to-win shit out of the game.
The problem with Madden is the Ultimate Team community. That's the problem.
Oh, yes.
We keep paying them. People as a whole. The community,
I don't pay them.
Well, as a whole, the community is pumping money into MUT, and if we just stop doing that, it would take a collective effort, and it's hard to kind of coordinate that.
Yeah, and it's these YouTube stars, and they get all these views to open all these packs. Like, who's watching you open these packs? Come on, are you guys? I don't know.
It's funny because they are getting the views.
Little entitled ass.
Yeah, but there's also certain people that would give that YouTuber money to open packs on stream.
Meanwhile, we're over here. We're telling EA, hey, listen, EA, I understand you want more money. Charge us. We'll pay a little bit more if you fix fucking franchise and don't just ignore it every year. We'll pay an extra $10 a year, whatever. Okay, I understand what you're trying to do. I think you're money hungry, but you're the only option we have. If you want to be money hungry, at least give us an option to give you money and get what we want. We can't even do that. They just want MUT. Just update after update after update after update to MUT. Hawaiian, you ain't said nothing about this. What are your thoughts on MUT? Do you play MUT?
No, I don't play that shit at all.
Going in on him, Hawaiian's over here just like, fuck you guys, man. What's going on?
Nah, I don't play MUT at all. Just strictly franchise. I've always been a franchise guy.
I will say I do enjoy the squads mode. I have played squads.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Fuck EA for putting squads exclusively in MUT mode. I want to play that mode every day. I love that mode. Me and JR and Bates, we played the hell out of that until we couldn't pay to win anymore. People were just throwing, oh man, the teams we started to see, and we just couldn't compete anymore. But yeah, that's a fun mode. I want to play that. I want that mode in franchise, as a matter of fact, because I want 2 other people to run a franchise with me. That sounds super fun. Yeah. Hell, we could have a 108-man league. 106-man league. We can run 106-man.
It's hard to keep 32 guys active though, so I don't know about that.
We got 2 leagues. We could start with 10 teams.
Yeah.
We could start with a team per division. How fun would that be though? Can you imagine just the opportunities? I want that chance. Even if it's just me and 2 other people in my franchise, I want the opportunity. Or if it's just me and 2 other people playing in quick game, man. Why are you going to lock that mode?
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Lock that mode behind a paywall.
I love Draft Champions. If they could do it in Draft Champions, that'd be sweet.
They used to have it too.
Draft Champions?
It used to be available.
Of course it used to be available. They took it out of the game because no one played it, but they put it back in MUT.
Right. Because people play.
So I guess enough people played it in MUT. So as long as you're paying for it, you could.
Maybe now, if they see that a shit ton of people are playing and it's popular, they're just going to leave it in MUT and it's never going to be.
Wait till they want us to that's really to purchase our player upgrades in CFM. Wait for that.
Let me say this: the putting that squads in MUT is a no-win situation. A lot of people play it; it stays in MUT because it's a moneymaker.
Yep.
Nobody plays it; they don't see any use of bringing it out of MUT because nobody plays it. It's a no-win situation for anybody that doesn't want to pay money to win. MUT is a cancer to Madden. It needs to go. MUT needs to be a free-to-play model that you just play. They need to release that whole thing free, that whole part of the game free. And just focus on us with Madden. I mean, you're gonna make your money on MUT. There's no reason to charge people for it. All right. Let's get off of that. I can spend 40 minutes talking about how shitty of a company EA is, but we need.
Ooh.
What just happened?
I lost sound. I can't hear him. I can hear you, Hawaiian. There we go. You muted yourself. Or JR muted you.
Nah, I was trying to unmute him.
Stop muting me, you bastards. They're trying to rant on EA. That's it, man. You guys don't have to silence.
Cut off.
I love it. I'm going to mute this guy.
Yeah. It's probably EA doing it. They're like, hey, we got to get this guy. He's talking shit about MUT. We gotta silence him. This is on YouTube too. Somebody's gonna see it. Probably just us, though, so who cares? All right. NSL, we got 4 undefeated teams. 2 of them are in this chat right now. Let's start with JR. Your team is 5-0 as the Texans. You have allowed the second lowest point total with a total of 66 points, but the next closest person has only allowed 57. He's only played 4 games. That's our former Super Bowl champion, H2O, who is 2-2, by the way. Let's all take a look at that. Super Bowl champions 2-2. What are you doing this year? What's happening? What's clicking for you, JR?
Well, I'm forcing turnovers and not turning the ball over.
That's how you win games right there.
Like, I've only thrown 1 interception and only lost, 1, maybe 2 fumbles.
Is it your draft picks? Is it
No.
Clowney? I know Clowney's been going off for you.
No, Clowney been hurt since week 1. This shit. No, I actually hit the free agency because I didn't have a pick till almost the 3rd round. So I sat there, hit free agency. All these people weren't picking these players. I was like, all right, come to take. I had about $40 million in cap for free agency. So I said, come over here. Now I've got some rookies from my offensive line to help with that, but it's nothing spectacular. Just playing smarter football.
All right. The other guy is Josh, who is having some technical difficulties, of course. He traded me his 1st-round pick last year. I wish he would start losing. So if you can hear me, Josh, start losing. That would be really great. I do not appreciate that 4-0 start. I traded away my first through 5th-round picks next year in a ridiculously stupid trade to load up on talent previous year, but we all make mistakes. It is what it is. So, Josh, if you could lose, so that'll be a lower 1st-round pick so I can trade to get some more picks, that'd be great. All right. Buddha, let's talk about our game we just played. You have not picked up a W to my knowledge.
Nope.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, you are 0-4. You have allowed only 94 points, so it seems like your defense is stopping. Before anything, I just want to say, playing you have showed one of the perfect examples of how to run with the quarterback legally for NSL. You used a scrambling quarterback and it aggravated me because I couldn't stop it, but every run was legal. I couldn't even be mad at that. So let me commend you on that, man. Good job showing that you can run the ball with a quarterback without having to cheese them and still being within our rules frame.
So what exactly was he doing that was kind of separating him from somebody who, said wouldn't be legal?
Well, our rule, pretty much following within our rules. A play action rollout you can run immediately. That's part of you can follow the rollout and then take off upfield if need be. That's obviously legal. You can also,
Manning boot.
Yeah, and also I was getting through quite quickly with Everson, I believe. And he would just roll right behind him. So if you see a free runner coming at you and you run away, I think you made Everson miss at least twice. One of them was on 4th and 17, I think, something like that, or not 4th, 3rd and 17 for a 1st down. You're also allowed to run as long as it's within the tackles. So if you see the guard, between the tackle and the guard, there's a spot, and you take off there. We don't want to limit people running the football with the quarterback. We don't want mobile quarterbacks to be useless.
Right, it happens in the NFL, so why not? Hey, who's your quarterback?
M. Jones-Drew's brother, Maurice Jones-Drew's brother.
Yeah.
Maurice's brother.
Is he short and stout?
No.
He's like 6'3". Not very accurate, though. Let's go to that. How was your offense, man? What happened to your offense? I saw drops and inaccurate passes all over the field.
One of my receivers wanted to answer at all. I'm not sure if it's inexperience. My rookie, I'm trying to get him there. He's getting there. Hawaii rookie. He's only 5'8". He's working on it. But I've been putting him on. I've been holding Kirsch behind because I'm trying to trade him. I don't want to get injured or anything like that. Kirsch into had drops with him too, and my whole team just doesn't want to catch.
I'm so glad
I've noticed that.
First, man.
I swear your team made popcorn for the game because that was pretty bad. How?
Like every deep pass.
Is Hurley finally in?
Oh,
hey, what's up, dude?
Can you hear us? Oh, there we go. No, is he here? Josh,
Yeah.
you here with us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Josh? I was just about to go to these two ASL young fellows, but let's start here. Did you hear the rule change?
No, man, I'm having so many issues over here.
All right. Well, let's start with the rule change. Let me let you know the rule change. We're going to go from 3 trades per team per season to 3 players per team per season. What are your thoughts on that? That's starting next.
That's a good trade. It's, instead of bundling, 4 dudes on one trade, and doing that 3 times, I mean, what's the difference, and having, 6 trades with 6 guys. So that's a good rule, basically one guy per trade. And that
or
draft
you can
picks,
do
does it?
No, not pick for picks. It's going to be so theoretically you could do 3 guys for 1 guy, and then that guy that traded 3 away would be done for the year. Ones, and then then trade 3 picks for 3 more players and do essentially 6 picks. So yeah. All right, let me. We'll go ahead and talk. You were one of the last undefeateds in NSL. I just wanted to give you a big this because I do have your first round pick. I would prefer if you start losing. So what's going on? How's your season starting out so well and maintain the continued success here?
I had a tough schedule opening up, but my offense, I can't lose with this offense. Now when you got, 3 dudes that are rated 99, so.
Le'Veon Bell is a cheat code?
Yeah, he's pulled out, I think, 4 60-yard runs in the 4th quarter so far this year. So
probably broke 4 tackles to do it.
Yeah, I had a stupid juke against Bubba last game. He split like 5 dudes and then ran in 70 yards out. So,
all right. Out of the 4 teams that are still undefeated, Cardinals, Steelers, Texans. Who's the last one? Packers. Let's go through. JR, who's going to be the last undefeated out of you 4?
I'm going to say it's me. I'm not planning to lose, but
fair enough. Josh, last undefeated out of those 4.
Cardinals.
Over you. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're playing good ball over there.
Plus
they're in an easy conference, so.
Coach is still in there, but yeah, I feel you. Hawaiian Buddha, who you got last out of those 4?
I say TR has a good chance. That's the only guy I really played, so I've seen how he played and such.
Yeah, I think JR's. I'm going to go with JR too. I think he's also in a weak conference, despite Ric Flair thinking that he's the badass. I remember last year he was like, "Oh man, I'm guaranteed to win this division," and he did not win the division, and he's not on pace to win the division this year either. So, all right, good talk. We'll go ahead and go.
Arizona's averaging 32 points a game right now.
Yeah, kicked your ass. Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Packers are averaging 30, so I mean, those are good teams over there.
Yeah.
Packers are definitely legit. I'm not going to be mad at Packers. I like playing Packers. Him and my games always go to the last 3 plays of the game. He got me this time. I got him last time. So yeah, let me see who is. I think Cardinals is old school Matt, isn't it? Matt, it is Matt. I want to give Matt props, man. I remember Matt used to be a punching bag in NSL before, like 2 years ago. So he's pulling it back out. He was the Ravens, and he would just get like 3-13 season after 3-13 season. So congratulations, Matt, for stepping your game up, being one of the last undefeated.
Y'all run all pro over there too?
Yeah, it's the exact same stat. Everything is 100%. It's to make a seamless transition to NSL.
Okay.
Anything that we do, we make happen in NSL automatically gets transferred over to ASL. All right. This is going to be – this is NSL. So I was like, it's the same exact teams that are undefeated. We go to ASL real quick, and then we'll be done for the day. Just talk these guys. I know 2 of you are not in ASL, but hopefully we'll get dedicated podcasts here eventually. Got 4 teams here. Let's see here. ASL also has 4 undefeated teams. This is the Jaguars over there, the Jets over there, the Texans over there, which is Waka, and the Browns over there. I'm not sure who the Jags and Jets are. But out of those 4 teams, who do you think is going to remain undefeated, Verk? I'll look up who these last 2 players are.
Oh, my bad.
You're muted, Verk.
You're muted, Mike. Yeah, man. Just look at what's going on.
By the way, Jets is a logical spy, or Jags is a logical spy. Jets is 11-11-11. Go ahead.
I haven't played anybody. I don't even think I played you. I would say either you or Waka because I haven't played nobody.
Okay.
That's all.
JR?
Everybody in the AFC. So.
JR, have you played any of these people?
Shit, I played you. I played Waka in the past too. I haven't played the Jets or the Jag, but I think it had to be between you and Waka. I think it could literally be a toss-up because Waka's going fucking crazy with that quarterback he got. I don't know what he taking, but damn, he'd have something.
Let's also talk about an ASL, the 49ers going from number 1 overall pick to 4-1 just because of some monster. ASL draft was loaded. Hawaiian and Josh, you guys missed out. The ASL draft compared to the NSL drafts, oh my God. He got an 86 overall quarterback to start. That's a starting overall.
Yeah, that wide receiver he got was nice too. And then
he tackle.
Yeah,
he got like an 84 tackle. Oh, just killed it.
Yeah,
he murdered me. He made me look. No.
All right.
He's gonna be dangerous.
Saints, I know you probably haven't played any of them.
He is dangerous.
You have any preferences there about who's going to remain undefeated?
One more time. Who are the undefeated teams?
Jets, which is 11-11-11. Jaguars, Illogical Spy. Texans, Firewalker, and Browns is me.
Well, I'll say that the Jags on paper typically are one of the best teams in Madden. I haven't played the users, so I'm not really sure. So they definitely have a better chance. But I'll probably have to go with you, honestly. That Browns team in Madden this year is bonkers. I mean, they made the whole team overpowered. And
stupid. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
With the draft and then the improvements you made with adding. I believe you added
Sherman and Thomas
members. Yeah.
Oh,
I think it'll be all right. I'll have to
sure, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that team is so overpowered compared to the Vikings.
Yeah,
Vikings are like
I live up here in Washington, so if I would have known those guys were available, you might not have got them.
I had more firepower than you to get them. I traded 3 firsts and 2 seconds for him. Some stupid shit.
Yeah, the cap, the pay. So.
Yeah, I traded some crazy price for him, but I'm happy with it right now. But anyways, I just wanted to say something. 11-11-11, the Jets owner. I was in a previous league with him, actually the league before NSL, called Clutch. Who that is? One of you. I know Jay Hurley and JR does. Hawaiian, you weren't in Clutch, were you?
No.
Anyways, it's the league that we kind of left from to create NSL because we didn't like what was going on over there. But point is, 11-11-11, and me face off in the Super Bowl in Clutch. He is my only win in a Super Bowl, so I would really like to play him this year as the Jets. I think that would be fun. We have a rematch. I haven't played him since then, but he is a quality opponent. So,
if we didn't have such a good user over here in the South in JR, I might be undefeated too. Damn it. 3-1. Damn you, JR.
I also want to give JR props. He's having a really good season, and defensively with both teams. Something you might not know about JR, he uses player lock. Don't you, JR?
No, I use the defensive camera.
The defensive camera. I'm sorry. That's what it is.
Right.
How do you know what's going on behind you doing that?
Because I use the D line.
He doesn't care. He just lets it play. I did it one time. I gave up a touchdown.
No, I let it play. See what I do? I hit free agency and I upgrade all their awareness, the stats. That's why I look for people that are developed. So I don't have to switch over and use it. Because if I switch over, I'm probably gonna mess it up. I'll just call a play. I'll call a play. I know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. It looks bad.
I want to say, personally, I always respect people that can call plays and beat you more than people that can use it and beat you. I've always said that. I will always believe that. I'll respect a Super Bowl champion like H2O. I feel like he can outplay call you more than rather out-Madden you. And the Super Bowl winner, and I'm always going to give props to a Super Bowl winner who wins what I feel like is using your brain over stick skills. So congratulations, H, again on winning that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
also,
he had a rough
another one.
loss when he played, though. That was
Lacey,
rough.
yeah.
Oh.
Lacey used to be another true competitor that would you play call him rather than stick skills. So I always like playing games with people who make me think harder than they do, or make me think, maybe they outthink me. Those are the funnest games to me.
Yeah.
Some people are just really good with stick skills, and you're like, well, it doesn't matter what I call because you're just going to cover 3 receivers with no linebacker, and then I got to throw it high above on a post route every play, just hope for a chance. That's not fun to me, but I'm done. Burke, you got anything to say before we go?
No.
Okay, JR, anything you want to say with your part, both leagues?
Nah, just have bad luck for the rest of the season.
Hurley, do you want to apologize for taking out so many quarterbacks?
No, not at all. No, I do not feel bad.
What is that, up to 3 now?
Yeah, 3 out of 4 games.
Did you hit any of them late out of bounds, like a certain 2-gloved quarterback you took out, I think, last year?
No, I think they were all from Bud Dupree on the outside. I don't remember any dirty hits against the Vikings. I don't remember that.
JR, how's
You
Cam?
killed Teddy, man? What's going on?
Yeah, he took Teddy out on a very late hit out of bounds. I don't know
worth
how
every
bad
yard.
they even call it.
It was
He
worth
didn't give you a
15
penalty.
yards.
No, they did give you a penalty, didn't they?
Oh,
Did they give you a penalty for it?
Oh, even
I
better.
don't remember.
They
I
kind of
remember he
skipped
was
the
out.
out of bounds penalties this year.
Yeah, I remember he was out of bounds, and you lit him up, and he went out for 8 weeks. And he got hurt every year after that. I think you broke him. Hawaiian, anything you got to say before we leave?
No.
Hawaiian, there's rumors that you're getting a new asset, or you're in talks to get a new asset for the wide receiver
Yes,
core. Any
yes.
truth to that?
Well, at the moment it's in the works, but hopefully it goes through. I have that big target, that playmaker I need on offense.
Who you grab?
Yeah, we'll keep looking on that. Ethan, anything you want to say before we go? New guy?
Yeah, a couple things. I know guys have been having issues with inaccuracy. I found not leading the receiver with your stick was helping a lot. I helped a guy mid-game with that tip. So maybe just give that a shot for guys that are having trouble throwing the ball.
Yeah, the lead in the passer seems to be a bit broken on certain times this year. I've seen that too.
If anybody's having trouble
Other than
throwing
that,
the
man,
ball,
I'm just glad to be here.
learn some
And
stuff. Hit me up.
really, number one goal is to take this division from JR, man. That's it.
Got some work to do.
Well, I took out JR for you in ASL. Apparently his only loss in both leagues this year. And I was drunk. He was drunk, so it was a fun game.
Well, I don't have a.
It was overtime, wasn't it? Overtime.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did, and he was open though, and then Richard Sherman just made a hell of a fucking play.
Richard Sherman went to the house.
I still look at it, see that play in my sleep. I'll be like, I'll still make that throw 10 times. I'll make that throw. It was a good throw by Cam too. So,
Rich jumped that route hard. I was like, I didn't even think he was gonna do it. By the time I realized what happened, he was already running to the end zone. I'm like, I guess I'm winning this game.
yeah.
All right, guys. That's it for the NSL Weekly Podcast. Hawaiian, have a good game with H2O. I know you got that coming up. Go ahead and send our Super Bowl champion down to 0-3. That'll be pretty interesting. We have something to talk about next week. All right, guys. Peace.
All right.